are activating. So the vibe that you are emitting and also from those around you is extremely activating. So on the journey of moving from fear to trust, it's very important that you get really discerning about the vibration and frequency that you are living in. And in order to shift from fear to trust, you have to be actively cultivating your emotional state and your nervous system and your mindset to be able to move out of the frequency, which is pretty much the dominant frequency on earth, and out of that fight or flight activation of fear and into rest and digest of trust, which is the most relaxing frequency that makes you feel at ease and grounded. When you are very sensitive, like myself, and very empathic to energy, the vibes of other people can have a massive impact on you. And actively choosing and curating your daily experience is very important on this path, and consciously choosing what it is that you are actually allowing in, what input you are actually allowing into your field. So we all know about the importance of healthy eating and what you're eating and drinking and how that has an impact on your physical body, but also the frequency, the vibes that you are cultivating in your own self, and then what you are bringing in terms of who you are interacting with and the conversations that you're choosing to have. It's very easy to get into the frequency of fear because it's pretty much been a lived experience on this planet for so long that it's really deeply ingrained and habitual. And in my book, Moving from Fear to Trust, I talk about my own journey of really moving out of that program and that default setting of fear and into trust. And I think when I look back, like, I was very mindful of media, even in terms of conversations with family members, what friends I would have, all of these things. Like, I had to review the lay of the land, the whole picture of my life. And this is something that I bring in all the time when I'm working with clients around being able to shift our state, shift our vibes, our frequency. And when we are voyaging into the unknown, it's very important to actually tune in with those who are also adventurers and explorers and creators, because that is activating. So we look at, like, yeah, fear is activates our nervous system. It activates our body to produce a lot of adrenaline, shutting down parts of our brain, making us go into like that real survival mode, that reptilian brain, where we're thinking in terms of that lens is through, I need to be safe and I have to avoid the unknown. I have to, minimize risks and all this kind of stuff. Whereas when you are with those who are activating you, who are choosing to be an adventurer and a creator in their life, that is also deeply activating. So your sensitivity is a gift is something that I actually had conversation with different therapists. I went to this energy therapist once and I was saying, I'm so sensitive. It's actually very hard to navigate physical life. And he gave me that really great reframe, which is like, the sensitivity is the gift. And that's why I have that sensitivity. And it's part of my makeup and it's part of the gift of who I am. When you are very creative, you're often very sensitive to energy and the unseen, and being able to even write this book, Moving from Fear to Trust, this was very, very much an initiation and an opportunity for me to move from fear to trust, of being able to see, okay, I have this vision and I have this calling, but I can't see, on a linear stage how this is all going to come together. But actually just trusting, and over the past couple of years, how it all kind of came together, and on this spiral path and how it's all deepening into this present moment, deepening trust, building that up, and then choosing those who are going to come into my field to support me to activate trust. And that is so important. And I wanted to share that message with you today. I'm after recording the Moving from Fear to Trust workshop. And this is one of the core lessons in this workshop, is all about your vibes and your frequency and what you're cultivating to come out of fear and into trust. And when you have that discernment, then it changes everything, and it changes your choices, and it changes what you will accept and also what you won't accept. And when you are actively choosing and being intentional, you are directing your life force and your awareness to activate and create what it is that you want. And that's where our power lies. And this is something that you really discover on this path of moving from fear to trust, is when you are focusing on what it is that you love and what you want to create, then the life force comes, the passion comes, the fire comes when we're focusing on what it is that we love. But for us to be able to hold that and sustain that long term, we have to be mindful, and we have to create boundaries, and we have to have the inner stability to be able to face criticisms or doubts or disbelief from others who aren't on this path, aren't on your journey, can't understand, haven't left the base of the mountain, haven't gone exploring, but yet can put you off when you are actively climbing. So if you are interested in going further into how your vibes are activating, I definitely recommend my book, Moving from Fear to Trust, which is really powerful story medicine of how I've moved through all of the key initiations, the key challenges in my life to move from fear to trust, and to actually be with you here today and sharing this message. And with that book, you'll get the free workshop, the Moving from Fear to Trust workshop, which will bring you through the major pillars, the main pillars of moving from fear to trust, to be able to apply this to your life, so that you are able to take a concept and actually make it real. And whatever challenges that you're going through, you're able to apply that to it in real time. The book and the workshop work in tandem with that. So if you are interested, I will include the link in the comments below this video to order the book. And I just wanted to really bring home this message of your vibes are activating, both your own vibes that you're cultivating in your life through your own daily practices, and also then who you are choosing to interact with and build relationships with, and even in your work environment, what vibes you're bringing to that, what vibes you're bringing to the conversations with those that you have the privilege of connecting with and being part of, because one word can have such an impact. You know, our language is very, very important, what we're choosing to say. And when we are affirming the world that we want and what we want to be creating and what we are creating, that's what we get more of. Whereas if we are speaking to what we don't want and speaking to this is the problem, this is the problem, this is the problem, we're keeping ourselves stuck in that reality. And you know, it can change really, really rapidly when we get this perspective and we're able to apply it and master it. And I hope that this message serves you, and I hope you are getting ready for a lovely winter solstice, which is tomorrow. Oh no, not tomorrow, Thursday, isn't it? And the Christmas holidays and all that good stuff, and entering into the new year in 2024. So I look forward to hearing from you, and let me know how this feels for you. What does this speak in terms of your own self? Like, what are the vibes that you're cultivating in your own self at the moment, every day, and what are you choosing to engage with in the outside world?